The aircraft taxiing out, John Dougherty and his aircraft lead, the Christen Eagle. And the Harvard is taxiing out. British trainer from World War II. Normally flown by Skipper Heil, but today someone very special is in that airplane, and we will tell you about it once it gets airborne. It is the first. We'll say that much about it at this point.
He's been flying airships since 1998 and has logged over 24,000 hours in the sky. President and co-founder of the Golden Age Air Museum, he is here to perform for you today in the Christen Eagle biplane. From Bethel, Pennsylvania, my dad, Paul Dougherty. And he starts things off with an inverted flat spin, spinning and spinning, watching the ground twirl. You'll see a lot of warbirds and taking a step back in time, but today we're going to fast forward up to the 1970s. Paul is flying a Christen Eagle biplane, which is a 1970 design. And we hope you enjoy our assortment of 70s music to go along with it. He comes back into the box doing a series of rolls on the downline. Paul started flying at the early age of 16. His father took him to the airport as a kid, and from that point on he knew he belonged in the sky. And now Paul pulled to the upline into some vertical snap rolls. We call that maneuver the snappy thingy. So Paul got his license at 17 and very quickly earned his commercial certificate at 19 years old. When Paul's not flying air shows, you can find him flying a Boeing 737 for a major U.S. airline. Right now, Paul is going to attempt the tail slide maneuver, where he pulls to the vertical upline and lets all of his airspeed deplete until he flies backwards through his own smoke, and the airplane tumbles right back down. Paul purchased this Christen Eagle back in 2015 after it was damaged in a landing incident. But Paul said, hey, we can fix this, so he bought the airplane and personally restored it himself over an 8-month period. Now, one of the challenging parts about this was that the bottom wings were destroyed, but the top one was perfectly fine. So when he repainted it, he had to match back in all 18 of those beautiful colors you see. And he comes back in for one of our signature maneuvers. We call it the barrel avalanche, where he does a normal barrel roll and snaps it over the top. And once again, he gets the airplane established, heading straight up. And at the top, he kicks over that rudder, adds a little bit of opposite aileron, and does the hammerhead maneuver. Paul and his dad started a non-profit flying museum in Pennsylvania called the Golden Age Air Museum. And among the collection are many vintage airplanes that are still flying, including the rotary-powered Warplane and a 1917 first jet, which Paul and his father spent 9 years restoring. Also at the museum, we offer biplane rides in a 1929 Waco biplane, so if you were ever to come visit, there's a good chance that Paul could be your pilot for your ride. So right now, Paul is doing a Cuban 8 maneuver, and as soon as he's done with this, we're going to head live to the cockpit with him and talk to him and see how he's doing up there. Hey Paul, how's it going up there? Hello, are you there? It's gorgeous down here too. What are you going to do next for us?
Well, first thing I'll just say is National Warplane Museum for Homes. What a beautiful day. It's a good Saturday. The airplane is a total picture. Thanks for having us. My next event, or my next endeavor is my favorite. First introduced 1972 by Mr. Charlie Hillard in a world competition. And it's a lot of fun. I always like to dedicate this to Mr. Charlie Hillard, who's famous for flying a Christen Eagle. So, from one Eagle pilot to another, this one's for Charlie. And here comes the torque roll.
Torque roll turns out. And there he is at the top, running out of airspeed, and the airplane is spinning by the torque of the propeller, and he backs up through the smoke. I had the pleasure of learning to fly by my dad teaching me. He was my CFI, so I've been flying with him my whole life. I started lessons officially at 14, and then on my 16th birthday, I was very fortunate to be able to solo in the 1917 Curtiss Jenny that he and his dad spent so long restoring. So it was a really big day for the family. The airplane going up, and he starts rolling, but then he starts to cross control that aircraft into the Launchevak. The airplane is tumbling end over end. During the summer, my dad and I travel around to shows and I announce for him, but the rest of the year I attend school in Embry-Riddle in Daytona Beach, Florida, where I study aerospace engineering. And also when I'm back home, not doing air shows, and I also work as a flight instructor back in Pennsylvania. Then he comes back into what looks like it's going to be an ordinary loop. But at the top he spices it up and snaps it not once but twice over the top. This is called the double avalanche. So when Paul's not flying air shows, not working at the airline, and not volunteering at the museum in Pennsylvania, he loves to sail. And he also enjoys playing with model trains. Back in, Paul would like to thank his sponsors, JP Instruments out of Huntington Beach, California, the leader in engine data management. The Eagle features the new EDM350 engine data management system, monitoring engine parameters and allowing Paul to concentrate on the task of precision flying. Their website is www.jpinstruments.com. And of course, the Golden Age Museum for giving the Eagle a good shout out to all the volunteers here at Geneseo, making this weekend fantastic for all of us to enjoy. Thank you so much, and we appreciate everything that you do. This will be Paul's last pass, so make sure you get your cameras ready. We hope you enjoyed our father-daughter presentation of the day. If you'd like to find out more about us, you can visit our website at doughertyairshows.com or like us on Facebook at Dougherty Air Shows. And we love getting all of your photos, so please feel free to reach out to us, send us your photos from today, and we'd love to talk to you after the show if you want to come over and check out the airplane as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Caroline. To a certain number. I'm going to give you that number if you want to write it down, because there's a lot of good information on that. The number to write down is 618-589.
This is based at the airport in Tillsonburg, Ontario in Canada, a little more than a 2-hour drive west of Buffalo. For 36 years, they fulfilled a mandate to acquire, preserve, restore, maintain, and display the Harvard and other aircraft associated with the British Commonwealth Training Plan, the RCAF's plan. Today, the Canadian Aircraft Association, that is proud to have 2 of its 9 aircraft here at the greatest show on turf in Geneseo.